Hello, this is Caleb. I'm doing a commentary on my first two films, The Ape Man and Clear Blood. So this is me right now. This was, I believe, 2018 or 19. I think it was 2019. But basically, I'm talking about my experience. Basically, I'm doing a commentary before the movie, and I'm doing a commentary right now. So yeah, it's sort of weird. So I'm just talking. You can see my Wii, my NES, SNES. Yeah, it's back when I had the setup on that side of the wall. It's not like that anymore. I changed. If you go check the Donkey Kong, not Donkey Kong, the Xevious review, you can see that I've changed it, and there's a little more open room there now. I changed it. It wasn't really comfortable for me. I'm a pretty big guy, so it's a little difficult for me. My current setup it actually is a little bit easier for me, but it's in the way of my closet. But anyways, so yeah, I'm just rambling on about how I made them. When I see the footage, I'll kind of go into the process. But I didn't mention in this that I shot these movies on 8mm tapes, and so that was looking back, especially now, because this was 3 years ago. So when I made the movie, so that was it's kind of I kind of think of it as like a miracle in a sense of how I made them, because I mean some of the editing I'm honestly sort of amazed by. I was able to do that. It's sort of weird because like I'm using my modern camera now that I've been using for 2 years at this point maybe, but yeah, it's sort of weird because when I got that camera I was like, I don't need it. I'm fine with the 8mm tapes, but now that I've been using the new camera, I was like, I can't go back. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised at how long I ramble on about this. Sort of weird. I could have explained some more. It's before I got my calendar. I have a calendar in my front door now to get to my room. Yeah, I'm just going in and out. It's crazy, but yeah. I wish my hair was a little longer right now. It isn't, but yeah, it's before I had my sideburns too, and I think before I started shaving. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, so the big deal with this is this was I'm trying to think. This was yeah, a while ago. It's my first commentary, so I don't really know what I'm trying to say. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here we go. The Ape Man, good old in camera text. So yeah, so the camera had a feature to put text on there. I couldn't fit my whole name, so I just put starring CZ. Yeah, so yeah, I can see definitely a lot's changed from my desk. Cause I have the computer on it right now, so yeah, this is honestly kind of cool looking back at this. Seeing my house like this 3 years ago. So, so this was so this when I made this movie, this was 2017. This was before I went into 8th grade, and at this time my brother was having some health issues, so my parents were away from the house for quite a few hours of the day. Or no, I'm sorry. This was before that. That they were on a trip in Texas, so I had the house pretty much to myself the entire time. And so there's me. I'm so young. I was 14 years old. 14-year-old me. I'm now 17. So I'm sitting back watching Super Friends. I haven't watched that in years, but yeah. So I had a lot of time around the house to do stuff, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make a movie. At this time I was sort of interested in like horror movies, the old Universal horror movies like Dracula and Frankenstein, and I saw the Ape Man there. I should have mentioned that. So I guess I'll mention the mask. So that mask was a mask that my dad had for so many years, and we had barely used it. We'd use it to scare ourselves every once in a while, but never really used it. So I decided I'd use it, and so I had that Indiana Jones hat. Well, I guess I should go ahead and mention this. So basically, this whole opening part was basically going to be the entire movie. So that's what I did for like, I think 2 days, maybe 3 days. I filmed all this. See my white shirt. I sleep in white shirts. I didn't have the energy or the whatever to change. I just stayed lazy and changed. I changed how I stayed in my clothes. I slept in. So yeah, this whole opening thing was going to be the entire movie, but when I got the footage back, it was kind of like that lean. Yeah, if you can't tell already, I recorded this on a TV screen, so that's kind of why it looks like crap. So my old Kindle case. So I used to have a Kindle. I don't anymore. I used to trying to lock the door. That's before I had the TV. I got the TV in I think Christmas 2018. So yeah, my room's gone through so much change. But basically, this whole thing was the opening. Or not the opening, but the entire movie, and I got the footage back. I looked at it. It was like maybe 7 or 8 minutes long, and I was like, screw that. And I just like I'm gonna make more. So yeah. So the original ending was basically how 8-Man Origins was. If you've seen that video on my channel, Centennial Pictures, my computer thing set up. But yeah, no. So basically yeah, so 8-Man Origins was basically what 8-Man was going to be. It was basically I was going to be running around the house the entire time, and I decided I'll add it. I'll add more to it as I go on. So this whole thing is basically there's no real plot to it. It's basically just like this police force, whatever's going after this monster that's like killing people or whatever. But yeah, I didn't put much thought into it. This is my character. So this is my first film, so I did a lot of weird stuff. You know, I had no film experience. So yeah, I think the interesting thing too is that this was meant to be a silent movie. So of course the camera I was using to film it could not do non-audio, or basically record without audio. So I had to basically, whenever I wanted to watch it on the actual camera, I had to turn the volume down. And eventually, with this version, I added stock music. I added stock music to the movie, so like stock horror movie music and a bunch of old stuff. And you can definitely you see in the back of the reflection of the microwave, you can see me go back to the camera to turn it off. So there's me and my uniform. It's obviously the same part of the house, but yeah. So but if anyone's wondering why that may be, there's my cat in the back. So basically with the cameras, I was basically locked to an outlet because the batteries for my camera would not work. So I had to use outlets, and I didn't have a tripod at the time, so I had to use tables and stuff. Oh, this scene's funny. So this is kind of a spoof or a parody of Dumb and Dumber when Harry gives the police officer the beer bottle, which is Lloyd's pee. Yeah, you see I'm choking there. That was yeah, I was doing a lot of weird stuff. So yeah, you can see my camera equipment on the chair. This is my parents' room, and yeah, so I just sit down. There's this old radio thing or whatever. It's like weather like report thing that my dad has had for like years and doesn't ever use really. So it'll just be like a regular radio, and he's like, he's sort of this guy's sort of like a noob or a rookie to the league or whatever, or the force, and he's just like do whatever he wants. It's like, I don't care. And it's the only shot I needed help with because there's no way I was gonna be able to get it, so I had my dad record it for me and coming out like the 8-Man took a huge dump or whatever, and it's like stinks and he sees me and like attack him or whatever. So yeah, it's again sort of the same shots. It's so sort of kind of the exact same stuff that I was doing. There's me going to my that was a horrible cut. I was going to my garage. Now I'm in the same room. I guess basically the idea is that he left the house and then went back to his apartment, which looks just like that one part in the other guys. Yeah, I really need to remake this, but because this is the first time I'm actually watching it, like since probably like maybe 2018, since I like fully watched it. But yeah, I got this shot off my phone, the sun rising, so it's like he was there all night and stuff, and yeah, so I'd really like to remake this movie at some time, but maybe senior year, because I'm a junior right now. Maybe next year I'll make it. Same with Clear Blood. I really want to remake those two, but I still want to keep the originals posted on YouTube, and both for myself physically, because I put them onto discs So I have a physical, because I'm a big physical media guy. I really like having physical media. I don't really like the digital stuff that much, unless my only rule with that really would be if I have to, basically meaning if there's no other option. But enough about that. Yeah, I'm getting ready. So basically, I guess the idea is he's like, I need to go see the chief about this, and he basically gives him advice or whatever. I don't know if it's necessarily chief, because in the sequel, Return of 8-Man, the chief is a different character altogether. I think from this character, so he just may be like another officer or something, like a seasoned officer. So yeah, we're back in the same room. And that horrible cut. I should really go back and like recut this again from what I already did. But I mean, I kind of like seeing the mistakes, I guess, because I guess it's sort of weird because I'm sort of looking at how far I've come. Because another thing is both this and Clear Blood, I guess to an extent, millennial westerns, they were all shot linearly. So like from scene one to the next scene to the next scene. So they were all shot linearly. So that was nowadays I don't do that anymore. I shoot non-linearly. I shoot whatever scene I feel like doing, and yeah, this is back when I had braces still and I could barely talk. So I can barely talk kind of now in my reviews, but I think I'm getting better. Yeah, but I guess the thing is, I really want to be a director, maybe one day, go to film school or something. But the thing is that with everything right now, not necessarily the video game reviews, but with the movies, is that for the most part it's just me, and I'm kind of getting sick of it to an extent. But I think I'm trying to put up with it because one of my goals is to make some fan films of Zelda. I already made the first one. It was called Dawn of Heroes. It was basically just a Zelda fan thing, and the next two. So I'm planning to make a trilogy of those. So I have to act in those. But I'd really like to get more actors involved because I'm kind of getting sick of just playing different characters and it's just one guy, because it sort of just loses on that sword. I've had that sword for years. I can't remember where I found it. I think it may have been like a Walmart or something, but yeah, I still have it. It's so weird. So when I was filming Return of 8-Man, it kind of bent a little, so it's a little more flimsy now than it was, but it's still usable. So in the final scene, so actually when I filmed Return of 8-Man, if you've seen that, basically the beginning of that is the ending of this, and I was actually that was one of my favorite parts of that movie, was going back to this scene and just sort of like redoing it. So I did the whole black and white, and it was silent, and for the most part, except for some narration, but that was about it. But yeah, I didn't do this whole thing. I did this part right here. This is the only part I really did at the end, or at the beginning of Return of 8-Man, was the whole swinging thing, and this was crazy. You can see my brother's medical stuff there. This was so I'd say from the when we get to the police officer stuff, when that stuff began. So this is basically when I went back to shoot it. School had already started, so that's why a lot of you see some stuff around the house. So I probably should have mentioned that earlier. I may have to do another commentary. It doesn't matter. Oh, an interesting thing here. When I go back, I hit that chair and hit my back, like near my kidneys or whatever, and that really hurt. It looks like I'm down. I actually was. So it's like that hurt, and the body disappears. And yeah, and this was really weird. I don't know why I decided that, and I was like, okay, take his. It's supposed to be his face or his head. It's not supposed to be his just a mask, but I'm looking at it, and I think I bat it with the sword. So yeah, and I had to be careful not to hit that chair that has some of my brother's stuff on it. So yeah, so this is after his medical thing. So I still sort of had time around the house to do stuff. But he's in much better condition now. He's honestly, he's like normal. He really has to do stuff every once in a while, but it doesn't We'll get more to him when Clear Blood comes up, because that's actually one of the only movies I have more than one actor in. So yeah, just beating. This is how my directing and acting career started. Is me beating a mask of a gorilla, and there's the end. So the end actually had me on the bed sleeping, and two coming soon. Yeah, as the 8-Man comes back. Yeah, I think that was supposed to happen 2018, but that didn't happen. All right, so here's Clear Blood. So this was the second movie of 2017. Yeah, so starring me and my brother. So all this the stuff in red was added in Movie Maker, because I couldn't do that originally on the original camera, and this looks so bad. It's just a Bible Atlas map and some other stuff like research, and there's tape name things or whatever. Oh, so this narration. So at this time I was like really obsessed with like the late 90s and like the transition from 1999 to 2000. So I sort of wanted to do something like that, because I didn't want it to be 1999 to 2000, so I made it from 2019 to 2020. I don't know why. I was just really obsessed with that. I was like, I couldn't wait for the next decade. So yeah, whatever. But yeah, this was not a very that cut was not good. But yeah, it's actually kind of sort of weird. I'm kind of glad I waited to do this commentary, because I'm looking back and these dates are all in the past. Like the December 27th. I don't remember what I was doing then. I may have been playing some games or whatever. So yeah, it's the first one in color and with video or with audio, and I think that opening with the creepy music. I think I just put my iPhone up to the camera and just recorded. So there's my brother. So we're supposed to be so basically through this so these two characters right here are supposed to be separate from the ones later in the movie. So basically, I don't know why we have guns. We're supposed to be like scientists experimenting or whatever. I guess we want to be prepared, and I'm doing some experiment. I let some like virus out, and I think that I'd have to go back and listen, but I think what it was is I was supposed to go. It was like trying to bring people back from the dead, and it doesn't work, and then I become a zombie and start eating people. And I had to be careful around my brother, because so at this point he was still in sort of a not very good condition. Yeah, oh, he's so young. So yeah, so this is my sister's room, and it still sort of looks like that today, but not really. It's changed a little. Yeah, so she was at college. She still is at college, so we kind of just come to this room whenever we want. Yeah, we used good old markers. I never realized how orange it was, but okay. Used good old red marker to make blood, even though it's called Clear Blood, but it's supposed to be. So the idea behind that is basically that when they spit out blood, it's water, because I couldn't do like food coloring or whatever. I wasn't feeling that, so I was like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I don't know why. The thing about I just feel like this is a thing with horror movies. I feel like horror movies are just like the easiest to make. They're just like the easiest like ones to come up with, because they're all kind of basically the same. It's like, oh, there's this like crazy guy or this monster that's out there that's gonna kill all these people, and there's gonna be that one person at the end. But I mean, not all horror movies like that. I mean, but I feel like quite a few are like that. So I feel like it's sort of easy to make. And they sort of have a rush production quality sometimes, but some of them come out pretty good, like the Universal stuff. But yeah, that's just not all of them are like that, but quite a few of my movies are. I think the only really two I can think of that aren't are Millennial Westerns and Dawn of the Heroes, and more like adventure movies. And this whole rambling single. So this is before I really did like cutting and stuff, because I wanted to have as much footage as possible. And to an extent, I'm still sort of like that. I want to have my movies above like 15 minutes or so. Not all of them have made that. Oh, this was cool. My brother crafted it. That was really good. I mean, that kind of hurt. I was kind of mad, but it turned out really good. So this is supposed to be separate characters now. This is our neighborhood. I see a crack in our driveway. I have to go check. I think it's still there, but I mean, I don't pay attention. I don't really care. So again, we're still we're still locked to the we're still locked to the. There's the blood. So fake, but no, that's this was so yeah, this was in the fall. It's about September, October 2017. So yeah, I was in 8th grade. And actually, when we were making this movie, my grandparents were there. So yeah, and I remember this. For all the wrong reasons. So not that the scene is bad, but we're just sitting talking or whatever. We're just doing whatever. But this scene, I don't know what happened. I got a migraine, and I like when I'm playing the NES, like I look fine or whatever. I could like barely see. I don't know. I get migraines like if I look into the sun or like look into light for too much of a long time or for too long. I just my eyes, I can just, like stop seeing it. My head like hurts like crazy. So and there's my brother's room, and his room actually kind of looks the exact same. I'm actually surprised he still had those moons. I thought he got those like a year later, but I guess not. I thought it was on the floor. I remember I thought we took a take on the floor, but I guess not. So that's when I got my NES. So I said in the Xevious review it was 4 years. It may have been 2016. I can't remember. Yeah, my brain's really fuzzy. It may have been 2017, but it doesn't really matter. And this scene was added. This was really stupid. Some of my old clothes that I don't even wear anymore. I look like I look like a Pokemon trainer. Is what I look like. I look like a rip-off Ash Ketchum. Not like the Pokemon hat, but like you can see oh my gosh, my old curtains. Those might be my old curtains, but I had some curtains that were like a goldish color, or like a something like that, or like a lion sort of fur color, but they weren't actual fur, but like this was stupid. So, yeah, I see somebody also back there. It's gosh, it's so weird seeing all this. Man, but it's kind of bringing back some memories. Oh no, that gun finally broke, like a month or two ago, and yeah, that umbrella I don't have anymore. It's supposed to be a shield. I might bring that idea back for the Zelda movies, but probably not. So, and that's my old mattress quilt that I don't have anymore. I got a new one. I really do like my new one. But yeah, you can make of what you want of that part, but basically the idea is he was getting attacked. But I mean, at this point, anyone who's got a messed up mind would probably look into that way too much. Now I'm a zombie. Either that, or I'm the same zombie. I think of what you will, and somehow he's able to hold a gun. Yeah, this is weird. I'm just like I'm acting like an idiot. I'm 14 years old, and I had like say he shoots himself. That was funny. Yeah, that was great A acting. Going to the bathroom. I forget why. Yeah, again, this movie I'd say has a little bit of a better like plot to understand, but like it sort of goes all over the place. And the idea is basically there's another guy in there that it was me that died. So my brother's I think looking for something. Yeah, I really need to go back to these movies and do them justice and actually make them good, or better than this at least. But I mean, I do kind of give myself some slack because or not slack. I forgive myself for some of this stuff. I try to understand, this first attempt at making movies. So, yeah, and I'm glad now that I can not only do I have a better camera, but I can also drive, so I can actually get out more. I can go to other locations, and I sort of started doing that with so our mom's car. We're doing he's loaded with guns because. I don't know how he found it. There's no build up to it, but it's whatever. but yeah, now that I can drive, I can sort of go places and shoot there. And I've sort of experimented with that with was it Dawn of a Hero and Return of the Ape Man, I believe. It maybe Millennial Westerns. Like there's a tree in my neighborhood that I've gone to a couple times, but yeah. So I'm glad I've kind of gotten back into making movies again, because there's quite a few span of months I wasn't really doing it. But the most dedicated I'd ever been is with not Millennial Westerns, Confined and Dawn of a Hero, because that was a back-to-back productions. But I'll probably talk about those. I guess I can mention that now. So basically, those were 1 week I did I did Confined. The next week I did Dawn of a Hero, and that was crazy. I can't believe I did that, but I'm glad I did. But anyway, so this is in the afternoon. It's sort of I really do kind of have a bit of nostalgia, even if I don't necessarily enjoy everything about where I live. But I do kind of. I'm glad to look back on this, and in a way that making these movies sort of preserving my past self and what I was like in that time period. But yeah, I definitely say that this was the better movie of the two. Not only because it came out it was made afterwards, and I had some experience, but I just think the acting was a little better. And those wreaths. So my mom used to do wreaths. I don't know if she really is going to do it anymore. She had some wreaths there for fall, and we just keep shooting. It's obviously, I hope when I go back to this, I have more actors with me, and I do some like I think maybe like 6 or 7 people I think would probably do well with this. I don't know what character I'd play. I'd probably just play the professor, because I think it'd be the most interesting. I just kind of go crazy with them or whatever. But yeah, I'm glad we're doing this. There's obviously me again. We're just sort of like I guess the idea is we're just sitting there, just waiting for them to. Yeah, there's 2 zombies coming out. This is my brother. He's started wearing glasses. Yeah, we're not even paying attention. We're just playing bad. Oh, this is horrible. I attempt to make some shots. Yeah, that was awful. But yeah, I'm a big basketball guy. I really wish I could have played in middle school and high school. I think if we had stayed in Texas, I probably would have done so, because I had a group of friends. Well, if I had gone to public school, because I went to private school for 6th grade in Texas. I think if I had gone to public school, and we had stayed in Texas till the end of senior year, I think I would have been able to play basketball with my friends. Yeah, because I had a group of friends in 5th grade that we play we'd play basketball like every recess that we could get, and that was probably the most in shape I ever was. Because I was doing that, and I was doing taekwondo like every other day. And I kind of do miss taekwondo to some extent. I think it'd be nice to go back to it someday. But I don't know. We'll see where things go. But this is the ending of this commentary. Well, not this commentary. I guess in some way it is. But yeah, this was nice doing my first commentary. I've kind of rambled on. I have to go back and listen to this, but yeah, it was fun talking about this stuff. But all these these horrible cuts, because I couldn't cut, and that made me really mad. Because basically the idea with this, not the idea of the scene, but the idea with filming on an 8mm camera, or just VHS camera in general, is the thing you have to do is you have to hit record, and they have to start acting, and they have to like as soon as you get what you get, you have to cut. But the problem with me is I had to keep going back to the camera to cut, and then I had to rewind the tape, and then get it to the moment I needed it to. So I'd stop it there, then we'd continue shooting, and then we'd resume. And so it was basically luck based, because I had to get lucky with the cuts I got. And also I couldn't do like because with I'm still using Movie Maker. I've been using Movie Maker for most of my stuff, but the good thing about that and I was glad about that, is I could do like fades and cross dissolves, and I had better cuts and better editing, and I could add music without having to erase the original audio from the tape. And so yeah, I think I'm wearing like sweatpants or whatever. I don't really wear sweatpants at all. I'd really like to wear cargo pants, but as of now, I'm not gonna really do that right now. Maybe in the future, but not now. So I hope one day maybe to get some conversion stuff to where I can take the original tapes through my camera and then hook the camera, because the camera has an option for composite to hook up to a TV. So I hope hopefully be able to take that and get like a not maybe not like a dazzle. Oh, so the idea there is I was running and doing crazy stuff and he accidentally shot me and now I'm bleeding or whatever. And my old Nike shoes that those were nice shoes, but I can't wear them anymore because my feet are too big. Anyway, so gosh, what was I saying? So yeah, so the composite through the camera into like a composite to computer or USB, so I can convert the footage to digitally. And I think I'll do that one day, and then I'll because I still have I have the original movies and the opening commentary separately, so I'll just probably re-edit it together, but have like the actual. So here's my character turns into a zombie. I play like 3 or 4 zombies in this movie, but I guess I'm still alive. Yeah, I'm still alive. I guess I spoiled the ending, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, hopefully one day I'll be able to come back and actually have slightly better video quality. It won't be like going from like SD to HD or anything like that. It'll just still look like potatoes, but they'll yeah, it'll look nicer. Of course, using the old golf club for cane. I if there's anything, as much as I don't really enjoy doing acting, I would like to do I would easily either like to have an old man character in one of my movies, or get the chance to play an old man character, because I do kind of like older characters in movies. They're sort of always the wise ones, and they've had much experience, especially with people like Obi-Wan or Henry Jones and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. But yeah, there's just something about that. And also, it's the other thing, they're seasoned, and I think also like the flashbacks that they may have. So yeah, seeing them younger, that sort of thing. Yeah, so all these are all Nerf guns. My brother was big into Nerf, and I think he still sort of is. But yeah, he has a ton of Nerf guns, so we just use those. I think also around this time, I think I was initially gonna do a third movie this year, but that didn't end up working out. Oh, this was cool. So we just put the scope into the lens of the camera, and yeah, that might be cool to do again. But so now I'm dying. Now I'm turning into a zombie. But yeah. So I think I was gonna do like a war movie, because this is sort of when I was kind of getting into like World War II stuff and whatever. I was like, I want to do that, and I kind of wish I would have made something. But basically, what I would do on my days after school or whatever, after my homework was done, is like, I'd go out and I'd get a bike helmet and a Nerf gun, and I just go running around pretending I'm like a soldier in Europe during 1944 or 45 or whatever. There's my dad's Ford. So there we go. And it was just a video game. So this was stupid. So this is so weird. So basically, what it is we're playing a game, but it's like this is sort of like unintentional but intentional at the same time. So we're basically like, it's supposed to be like a different video game system. It like uses VHS or whatever or something like that. But the strange thing is that there were actually VHS video games that were released, and yeah, it was cool. So but a lot of Dumb and Dumber, because I gotta reference that more and more. Yeah. But so this is gonna have to be the end of the commentary. So I hope y'all enjoyed this, and hope to make more soon. So bye.